Hey, Jalen, welcome back to the world of Zoom. It's good to have you back. How tough has this last month or so been for you, and how prepared do you feel for Sunday night?
I mean, it hasn't been. It's just been tough being, not being able to participate and be a part of the team. As far as practicing and playing, and I'm very excited to see my status of, playing Sunday and where I can go forward from here.
Jeff and then Chris Franklin.
Jalen, we saw obvious glimpses of your potential in those first two games. Was it hard to sit by and watch, a lot of the other young rookies out there each week going out and putting up unbelievable plays and yards and catches, and then you, meanwhile, had to sit and kind of just watch what was going on, knowing that you obviously could do as much?
No, it wasn't hard because, I believe in, my faith is strong. So I believe what it was for you is for you. And what's meant to be will be. And I'm patient.
Chris and then Bo.
Hey, Jalen, how did you use the time off? I know it was tough being with that thumb injury. How did you use the time off? And then also, did you take anything from seeing the field from a different angle being sidelined?
Doing a lot of rehab, a lot of conditioning, staying in shape, just focusing on the small things, the details, the things that I wouldn't be able to do with my hand, and I was just honing in on the little things and then being able to see things from a different angle, and then just applying it now, when I'm able to get back.
Bo and then Dave.
Hey, Jalen, it seems like there have been a lot of rookie receivers who are making, an early impact on the league so far. Does that serve as something of extra motivation for you?
Not at all. I want to see everybody succeed. So I'm just going to continue to stay in my lane, stay focused on me and the Eagles organization, and then I'm going to move forward from there.
Dave and then John.
Jalen, over the last month or so, how involved have you been? We heard Carson was kind of quizzing Quez when he was out. Did he do the same thing to you, and how involved were you in knowing all the game plans even though you weren't playing?
I was in every meeting, at every practice, and I just stayed tuned in. I was hurt, but, I know myself, I know my mental, and I know my body. So I was just, pushing for an earlier comeback, and that's why I stayed locked in.
John and then Martin.
Hey, Jalen, you mentioned that early comeback. You also got hurt in training camp and were able to come back earlier than expected. What do you attribute your ability to get back a little quicker than people expect, other than obviously you're very young, but anything else?
It's all mental. If you want to get back, you'll get back. If you want to keep nursing the injury, you're going to keep nursing it. It's all mental. And people don't really realize that, and people try to put a stamp on when I'll come back, but nobody knows my body better than me.
Martin and then Mike.
Hey, Jalen. Since you've been out, obviously, Travis Fulgham and John Hightower have, done some pretty good things and everything. How did you feel about watching them guys perform, and also, about the receiving core as a whole now with you coming back and, a lot of young guys kind of emerging and making their marks?
It's exciting. When you have a receiving core like we have, it's the sky's the limit. And, I haven't been, pretty fortunate that, with these injuries, but just whenever I get back, it's just like you just adding pieces. And like I said, getting Dallas back, and then when we're able to get Miles back and, JP, and it's the sky's the limit.
Mike and then Zach.
Jalen, is your family coming to this game? And if they are, how cool is it that your parents are finally going to get to see your debut, or going to get to see you finally in an NFL game in person?
It's just, like I said, man, it's just, end of the day, it's football. And I'm pretty used to my family being around, and hopefully they'll be here. They'll let me know, and we'll go from there.
Zach and then Jeff.
Hey, Jalen, you're from the Dallas area. I guess, are your friends Cowboys fans? Is this one that's meaningful to people back home?
To be honest, I'm not the type of person that really talk to people about that, and a lot of people know me. I don't really say much, and a lot of my friends are fans of other teams, but my closest friends are, of course, they're fans of me and they're fans of the Eagles, and it's I'm from Dallas, but it's I'm here to do my job.
We have time for one more, so we'll wrap it up here with Jeff.
John, I don't recall you getting hurt much in college. And in high school, did you have any injuries?
Nah, I didn't.
So,
Not at all.
so do you feel like this is like just an unfortunate kind of little stretch here that you would have 2 injuries in such a short span of time? Kind of a coincidence?
It's just a little bit of adversity, just a test, and I feel like I passed them. So I'm not gonna let it get me down or get me in a funk. I mean, it's all about how you respond. It's all about being resilient.
Hey, Travis.
How you doing?
So, is there room out there for both you and Jalen Reagor? And do you think your role will change much? What they have you do will change much and coming back this season?
I'm not too worried about that, but Jalen is a great player, and he definitely adds a lot to our offense. But hopefully when we get him back, he'll do what he does and just make plays for us.
Martin and then Mike.
Hey, Travis, that was kind of my question, but so as far as the unit overall, I mean, they're pretty much the 3 young guys with you, Hightower, and now Reagor coming back with Greg Ward. I mean, what do you think about the unit as a whole, and what do you think the potential is? I mean, not too many people know about you guys.
Yeah, I feel like we have a great young group. We grind every day. We all pick each other's brains, improve from each other, and yeah, I feel like it's a great young group, and we definitely want to do big things.
Mike and then Jeff.
Hey, Travis, you've had quite the October. Have you had a moment to kind of just even reflect about where you are at this point, just from all you've been through from Detroit to Green Bay to here, just kind of the last few weeks and what that's meant to your status in the NFL?
Not really. I'm not really paying attention to all the stuff off the field. Kind of just pushing forward each week. Just keep trying to go 1-0. I'll reflect after the season when everything's done. But right now, I'm just focused on the Cowboys.
Jeff and then John.
Travis, I know you probably haven't gotten to practice a whole heck of a lot with Jalen Reagor because of his injuries, but I'm sure the last week you've seen him and before the injury, obviously. Is there something about his game that you look at and marvel and wish that I wish I had that part of my arsenal?
I mean, I wish I had his speed. I can't lie, but he definitely does a lot of things out there in the field that would definitely help us win.
We have time for a few more, so we'll go John, Rube, and Zach.
Hey, Travis. You kind of talked about Jalen coming back, but just in general, and you were the new guy just a few short weeks ago, but when you're in sort of those bunch formations and things like that, what do new bodies do as far as, the chemistry on those rub routes and things like that?
I mean, we work at it every day. If anybody's out there, they're going to be ready. Like I said, we practice it all the time. It's nothing new to us. And if Jalen's out there, anybody else out there will execute it perfectly.
Go ahead, Rube.
You were just talking about how you'll think about everything that's happened at the end of the season. How do you stay so grounded? Have you always been that way? Does it come naturally to you? A lot of guys would kind of be, I can't believe this has happened to me, but you seem pretty grounded through it all, pretty humble.
Yeah, that's just kind of my personality. Cool, calm, collected. It's nothing's happening nothing has surprised me. So I just need to keep playing my game and helping this team out.
Last question here with Zach.
Hey, Travis, I'm sure 13 is now a part of opposing defense's game plans. Have you seen coverages start to change in these past, I guess, 2 weeks after those first 2 games?
A little bit, but I don't think teams are paying too much attention to me yet. But yeah, whatever they throw my way, I'll be ready for, and I'm sure my teammates will be too.
So what's an example of something you saw maybe against the Giants or the Ravens that you didn't see against the Steelers?
Well, I may have been doubled a couple times during the Giants game, but that's pretty much it. Nothing too crazy. No corners following me or anything like that. So.
Hey, wanted to ask first, everybody all right back in Louisiana after this latest hurricane?
Yeah, man. It's definitely been a lot going on down that way. I was looking at some of the updates for the state, and I think it says something like 75 to 80% of people in New Orleans didn't have power. So It's been wild, man. And like I said, I've just been doing the best that I can to help out when I can down there and just spread awareness. But yeah, a lot of people down there need help.
Also wanted to ask, you had a huge, touchdown, obviously, the end of the Giants game. What have things been like since then for you? Have you had a lot of people getting in touch and stuff like that? And have you watched, a lot of the replays and the reaction to it?
I've seen some of the stuff that people mention me on social media, but honestly, a lot of my notifications are off of social media, because I know that, each week is a new week, and so I'm just looking to go out there and earn it this week and focus on the Dallas Cowboys.
John and then Martin.
Hey, Boston. Just curious, when you obviously Miles has been out at practice and you're getting a few more reps, I would assume, with the first team. Is that helpful to prepare for a game, and how much difference does it make for you in a week you're number 2?
I think those reps are invaluable, yeah. But at the end of the day, there's a term or a phrase that's used that football is 10% physical, 90% mental. And so whenever you aren't in, whenever Miles is up or whatever it may be, you got to make sure that you're just as dialed in. You have to carry yourself in a way that like you're getting those reps. Mentally, you're visualizing and watching what's happening, so that whenever your number is called, you're able to go out there and produce. That's what you're paid to do. So can't really make any excuses when you get put out there.
Martin and then Kristen.
Hey, Boston. Through like the first 7 games, you guys have used like 6 different offensive line combinations, and it's possible that you can use another, heading to this game. As a running back, like how much difference does it make, not knowing who's in front of you from one week to the next, or does it really matter much?
I think Deuce. First of all, Coach Stallin does an incredible job with the line. And he's very invested in the guys. He's invested in all the players, but he's very invested in those guys, and he will teach the fundamentals to a T. He'll stay with the guys for however long they need it, but he's truly passionate about what he does, and he does an incredible job. And he's had a tough task this year with the amount of injuries that we've had at the offensive line position. So kudos to him on how he's continued to carry himself and teach these guys, man. It's really something that's respectable, and I really look up to him. And but I would say, as far as the running backs are concerned, Deuce does a great job of just teaching us fundamentals. So when you're in for a play, it doesn't matter who's in front of you. Your fundamentals are the same. Your reads are the same. So that's pretty much all that we're in control of, and we just react from there.
Kristen and then Zach.
Hey, Boston, when we've talked with Doug Peterson this week, he's kind of mentioned these games as like a 3-game block, starting with the Giants, and then you have the Cowboys now, because it's all NFC East teams. Is there any momentum that you feel like you guys can carry over from that Giants game as you kind of look at this kind of 3-game block along with the bye week in the middle?
Yeah, I think there's a lot to build on from this past game. I think there's a lot to fix, a lot to clean up, and we've done, we did that early in the week, and going through this week, just like I said, we just are doing the best that we can to focus in on the little things. As far as the mindset from week to week, like I've kind of talked about, our mindset has been the same since training camp. Our spirits have been high, we're working hard, all the guys are in it, we're close-knit. And so, that's the approach that we take each and every week. We see the mistakes that we've made. We build on the things that we did well, but we also correct the errors and try and continue to detail our work.
Go ahead, Zach.
Hey, Boston, you had nearly 100 total yards, but you were still sub 4 yards per carry. Do you look at yards as yards no matter how they come, or do you think the rushing totals are something that must be improved?
I just think about it as, at the end of the day, getting the dub is what's most important. Like I kind of talked about, we have to continue to work on fundamentals, and it's nobody's fault. No one person's fault. This is a team sport, so we have to just continue to detail the little things and continue to work hard. But at the end of the day, we're looking to get dubs, and so the numbers. We would like to, whatever. We're not really worried about the numbers as much. We're just worried about getting the job done and winning.
We'll go to Dave Zangaro next.
Boston, you guys are about to face a team that has really struggled with their run defense. What do you see on tape from them, and are you kind of hoping that Doug will stick with the run a little bit more this week because of it?
I see a very physical team. I think that it doesn't matter what the situation is, what's going on here, what's going on there. I think it's always a dogfight. I think it's always a game that comes down to the last whistle, and that's exactly what we expect. We expect their best effort. We expect them to come out firing on all cylinders, and that's what we want. We want their best. We want their best punch, because we want the best, and so we're going to – I'm excited about the opportunity, man. Like I said, I truly believe it's going to be a dogfight. That's a good team. They have great players. So I'm expecting their best.
Hey, TJ, welcome back. First of all, I guess, how are you feeling? And we just kind of talked to Boston Scott, and he was talking about people taking advantage of mental reps. Were you able to do that when you were hurt?
Yeah, I've been feeling really good, so I appreciate that. But yeah, I definitely took a lot of mental reps, while I've been out these past couple of weeks, and just really trying to, make sure I don't lose any steps for, when I came back, and being in the meetings and being in the walkthroughs and watching practice with the team and just keeping in that same routine so that my mental, never really stopped. So it was really good, and yeah, I'm feeling great right now.
Ruben and Les.
During your absence, we saw Alex Singleton play a lot of snaps and make a lot of plays. How much stronger do you feel like the whole linebacker group is now that he's kind of established himself as a guy who can go out there and play well?
Yeah, I think, overall, just in general, I think the linebackers have done a really good job. And, Alex of late has just been making a lot of plays, playing free, playing fast, as well as, Duke and Snake and guys like that. So it's been really good as a group, and just to be able to still be in the meetings with those guys and kind of see what they're seeing, just to make sure that we're all on the same page. So I think we're obviously there's always more room to work and always more room to get better at things, and in terms of scheme and reads and all that. But I think we're in a really good spot right now.
Les and then EJ.
Hey TJ, that was kind of what I was going to ask, but I'll ask you. The linebacker group gets a lot of criticism when the defense doesn't play well. What do you see there? What could you guys do a lot better, you think, or is the criticism misguided?
Yeah, criticism is going to come no matter what. So I don't think we're just worried about trying to be better every single day. And I just think we played more clean, and I think guys are playing more free right now. I think guys are knowing what we're supposed to do and just being able to play fast and make plays. And in the NFL, it's what you have to do to be, a good linebacker. So I think we're definitely, headed in the right direction.
EJ and then Chris.
Hey, TJ. I'm just wondering what you guys have seen on Ben DiNucci's film. A couple guys said they were watching the college tape. What have you seen from him so far?
Yeah. We definitely took a look at some of those things just to, see what we're going to get. But a guy who really is comfortable in his own read and things like that did that in college, and I think we're really expecting kind of the full arsenal of this game. So we really have to be just on our reads and on our cues at all times, just because they're in the same boat as us, nothing to lose, and we both want to win this game. So we're expecting just about everything from him.
Chris and then Ed.
Hey TJ, the Cowboys' offensive line looks dramatically different than what it has looked in the past few years. What are some of the things you've seen from the guys who are projected to start in this game coming up?
Yeah, I actually played at Wisconsin with the center, Tyler Biadasz. So I know him pretty well and know how he works and know how he reads things. And so I know he's a really good player, and he's going to come out ready to go. And I think in general that group is just kind of piecing things together to find the best chemistry they can and work together and get a win. So I think for us, we just have to make sure that, again, we're assignment sound, we're gap sound, and it's still Dallas Cowboys. They still pride themselves on running the ball, and that's what they're going to try to do. So we just got to make sure that we're ready just about for anything.
Go ahead, Ed.
Hey, TJ. Alex talked earlier this week about your friendship and how happy he is that you're coming back. How happy are you for him that he has kind of really stepped up and shown that he does belong in the NFL?
Yeah, Alex. He's just a guy. Even last year, he comes in, he just works so hard, and if you just look at his story and his road that he's traveled, you have nothing but respect for what that guy's done. And He's a guy who brings energy at all times when he's on the field, always yelling. Him and Duke together, it's hard to even get a word in with those two. But just being around all those guys, I think we've all come closer together, and I think that's helping build the chemistry on the field. So, but no, I'm really happy for Alex. He's earned just about everything that he's gotten. So, and he's only going to get better.